Nobody seems to be talking about that FIFA 24 is going to be a game not created by EA Sports. But what does this mean? Who is going to be making it? How is it going to be working? When is it going to be releasing? That is what we're going to be discussing in this video. Most people don't understand that EA Sports and FIFA are two completely separate organizations. EA Sports obviously is known for developing different games, such as what we do play FIFA, also NHL, UFC, many other sports games titles, and even other games such as Battlefield, Star Wars Battlefront, many other things. Then we do have FIFA, which is the international football organization, and this is responsible for the World Cup, everything really to do with FIFA and the rules of football. Now, although most people do get the two confused, EA Sports all of these years has actually been paying FIFA for the naming rights for the game. So all the way from the start, if we go way back, for example, FIFA 13, even FIFA 12, FIFA 10, all of these years, EA Sports has been paying FIFA for those naming rights. And typically it's been a 4-year deal, and negotiations suddenly have broken down. And it does mean that FIFA 23 was actually the last year that EA Sports is going to be allowed to call their game FIFA, and moving forwards, that is no longer going to be allowed. In an interview with the BBC, EA Sports' vice president, David Jackson, said that the deal with FIFA wasn't just for the name, but there was also some licensing restrictions, and EA Sports want to basically break out of that, and they want to expand to different things. So there has been some reports that EA want to involve NFTs in this next year's game, which we expect to be called EAFC 24. This is a potential cover that we have made. Looks really nice, and we do also have some menus which we have created, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. But essentially, Jackson did go on to say that under the licensing conventions that we had agreed with FIFA 10 years ago, there was some restrictions that weren't going to allow us to be able to build those experiences for players. So again, there's something potentially like NFTs coming in, or definitely something that we haven't seen in all of the past FIFAs, including FIFA 23 and previously. EA are trying to plan something more. Now, obviously, price was a huge factor in this as well. It's reported that FIFA upped their price for the licensing to over 1 billion for every 4 years, because it was every 4 years World Cup cycle. That is pretty much how FIFA and EA did have their licensing agreement. Now, this does mean that in EAFC 24 and all of the EAFCs in the future, there is going to be no World Cup, because obviously that is controlled by FIFA, so they're going to be losing that. But everything with the naming rights and also the Champions League, all of that should still stay the same. But obviously the name and also the World Cup are two huge losses for EA Sports' football game. FIFA clearly did believe that the name is worth a lot more, and I do sort of agree with FIFA. We know that FIFA is just the term that we refer to the football video game, and many people aren't really going to understand. It's going to take them a while that FIFA 24 is going to be extremely different, which we're going to get into. But just the name FIFA, we can see from these rap songs, which you can see now.
Spanish girl playing FIFA, más tequila, sí, señorita.
Said she wanna play it like it's FIFA.
Singers and rappers, and just in modern culture in general, everyone does refer to FIFA in that sense. So do you think that it did make sense that FIFA wanted to charge EA more for the naming rights? But anyways, EA are going to be happy with EAFC, but FIFA is actually going to be developing its own game starting from scratch. This means they're going to have to hire a whole development team, or try and externally sort of reach out to a whole development company and ask them to develop this game for them. And obviously, once it does get released, it's likely to be very buggy. It's probably going to need loads of updates. It's not going to be Ultimate Team how we know it and how EA Sports have created it and just what we're used to. It's going to be something completely different, but it's going to be named the same thing. We expect FIFA obviously to keep their name, FIFA 24, but it's going to be a whole different game. Now, usually EA Sports does release FIFA 24 if it would have been by EA in September 2023, but EA isn't going to be doing that obviously, and FIFA do understand that this is going to be taking a while and their game isn't going to be ready until 2024. So it's going to be very strange. This September, we're going to get EA FC 24. That's very likely to be released. This is the concept which I was talking about. It looks quite nice. We expect obviously ones to watch, all of the normal promos for EA Sports to continue, but it is going to be now called EA Sports FC. Maybe they're just going to be calling it EA FC for short. We're going to have to see how it's obviously going to be going, but it's definitely going to be something very strange. And there's going to be some other football games coming up as well, not just by FIFA, which we will have videos on very soon. But comment down below what you guys think of this huge change.